you have submitted. Let me check it out. I'm having continuous classes right from the afternoon, right? So your class is an extension of it. So we'll be looking into, I know that your marks play a vital role. I know pretty well. Okay. So today we'll be continue with the graphic rating scale, right? How to measure. So with the behavioral anchor scale is over. The next one you're going to look into is said to be the graphic rating scale, where everywhere they take into consideration. So as I said in previous class, the only thing that you need to keep in mind is the facility of the organization. The organization should be convenient enough in adopting any sort of questionnaires that they want with them, right? So it depends upon, and certain questionnaires they'll not be adopting it as they require. They will be making a lot of changes. Tailor make, we call it as tailor made changes. The organization will stitch its own, what is it? They will design their own performance appraisal things. But keeping in mind the dimensions like the job dimensions, how do you communicate, the teamwork, the knowledge how. Okay, the know-how is the full expansion is called as the knowledge how, and the quantity of work that are given to them. Right. The best example that you want to know about your job will be the job duties are rated. For example, if a pizza chef is delivering, right, or if he is said to be a manager for a pizza chef, chef it is told. So he cooks, right? He makes pizza. So he should know is that one of the thing, what is the adequate inventory he is supposed to maintain for making the dough. Okay, so for making the base of the pizza, right? So this is one such example. That is a part of his particular job. So job dimensions involves lot of things, right? As you go by, your experience will let you know that what are the things that you are supposed to maintain in the job, and according to the external things that are happening also, more and more addition and more responsibilities will be added. So that is the first dimension that you will be looking into this scale. The second dimension that you will be looking into the competency. So the competency was also looked into. Critical incidents was looked into the bar scale. That too important things, the roles and responsibilities I had mentioned. So here also their competency was not much given highlight, but here the essential competency that is required for a job. For example, when you are looking into a data analyst, now the data analyst is said to be the job that is always welcomed, right? You are analytic people, so you need to have a basic analytical skills. You should know what are the softwares that are there in use. You should know, you should have experience in using it, and you should know the statistical tools like regression, correlation, and all, which would be the best model, and softwares like Orange, which tool, or like SPSS, which one would be available, which is said to be, or any other tools like Discovery, right, which would be easy to look into, right? So this is, and also they will also look into the target achievement. I told you the quantity. So the target achievement that is given to attain the job, this is for sales representatives, right? And this is the best, this would be the image, right, for the organization, where they will be rating. Say consistency, unsatisfactory can be 1 and consistency can be 5. Because if I give 5 for unsatisfactory, more negative will be the rating. So what do they do is that the unsatisfactory, all the negatives are given lower marks, and more positive parts, positive like competency or like work dimensions, they are given extra. So they are rated at 5. So if I give 5 out of 5, it means that they are really superior, they work really well, and they are consistent. So that confidence we are able to give it to the employees or to the subordinates to whom the things are said to be, what to say, are rated. So when you take up these, right, another, that is graphic rating scale. The next type of rating scale that you are looking into is called as the competency based appraisal forms. This is also a, this is separately that is given. Now they will only be looking into the skills, and they will only be looking into the competency. So this also, it depends upon the organization what they are looking into, what they are actually looking into. Or some of the organizations, they will for the purpose of record maintenance, they'll be doing it. Right. For that also, there are organizations just for the sake of conducting also they'll do it, where they might have not been, where there will not be any connectivity existing. Right. So what do they do in a competency based is that one of the most important thing, they need to analyze the problem. So the problem solving skill or the judging skill for leaders and all, there are three different skills, they say: competency, judging, reasoning. How do you solve the problems? All these things are said to be taken up as the base up. This I have taught for fourth integrated children, right? They are also like first years like you all, where for leadership, separate competency form, separate appraisal forms are there, and different ways of what to say, different ways of um, measuring them, different ways of rating them also are there. Okay, so you have seen. Am I clear with what I say? Are you listening?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is one. And alteration ranking scale. I think you would have learned in statistics called as the ranking method, right? So ranking methods are really helpful here. So ranking methods will help you to tell. So on what base I will rank, whether is it based on job, or whether it is based on competency, or whether it is based on any other factor. Any other factor we cannot consider. Personal factors we cannot consider here. So what do? I take up the qualities, right? The qualities of the people, the traits of the people are said to be best ranked there, right? So the quality of the best traits. Okay, so what do they do? People who are earning negative marks are not at all taken into consideration here. They never come in the name list at all, right? So first, the employees are rated. So they will first look at the score, right? People who have not scored, employees who have not at all scored any marks in this particular method are not at all listed. Their names will never come in the name list. So ranks ko உங்களுக்கு வராது. So there'll be, it means that they are filtering here. Okay, the people who have really done, who are really competent, who are really talent, only those people would be ranked here, and others will not be ranked. Okay, so they have to work hard in gaining up the scores. They have to be really competent, and they have to really do the job, right? So there are chances that people who do not score, there are chances either they'll be given another chance by the organization to go for training, get trained, or there are chances where they may be laid off, right? Or they may be sent out voluntarily. They might be asked to go out through voluntary resignation. The organization might what to say, the organization might look at. Okay, so like this, what do? They are ranked. So once ranks are given, then automatically what do? They will they will arrange the ranks, who has scored 1 and say up till 10 or 15, rank wise. It is like report cards only of your schools. You score your marks, right? So that way they will rank it here from 1 to 20 or 1 to 50 or 1 to 100, whatever is the list. So you will know, the employees will know where is said to be their positions, and where they need to improve, and where they have their sincere efforts, in which are the areas they said to be strong. All those things will be given to them. Okay. So these are the things in case of ranking methods, it happens, right? On the other hand, when you look into management by objectives is also another form of appraisal methods, where management by objectives, I think you have already studied about it, right? You will be getting periodic feedback, right? And that too, the subordinates will be providing these feedback. Okay, and and you have to really, it means that this is applicable to leader also, right? And you have to gain trust, you have to gain confidence, and you need to you have to earn marks from your subordinates. So how far you follow your style, whether it is leader laissez-faire style, or whether it is a democratic style that you follow, or whether it is an autocratic, right? What are the leadership style that you're following plays a vital role. So accordingly, you need to have smart goals for it. Okay. So this is 1 degree. The last type of performance appraisal is said to be a 360-degree performance appraisal. 360-degree, I hope you know how a circle looks like. A hemisphere, a half a circle has 180-degree, another for half a circle 180. So put together, the whole circle comprises of 360-degree, which means that a particular individual or a particular subordinate or a superior is said to be evaluated in all the aspects. From all the people, they are said to be evaluated. So, who are the people who will be evaluated? You will be evaluated. You will be appraised by your superior. You will be appraised by your subordinates. You'll be appraised by your peers. You'll be appraised by your vendors. You'll also be appraised by your customers. Right. So these are the people. When you take up the what is it? When you compare this with that of the bar, the behavioral anchored rating scale, you have only tri-parties coming into existence: your superior, your over superior, and your subordinate, and your the actual person. But here, the number of people who are there is always limited. But in case of 360-degree appraisal, you have more number of people who will be giving about your job performance, who will be giving about feedback about you, right? And they will, how they will collect now from customers and from vendors and all, how they will collect the information. They'll be collecting it through questionnaires. Okay, so this is how it will happen, right? So the advantage mainly is the behavior, the competencies, planning, goal setting, character, leadership, teamwork. How do you move with people, right? Method of data collection, whether it is really honest, then confidential it is. You will assess people. You will know certain things even the individual does not know about himself or herself. Lot of qualities you will bring out, right? And this serves as a base for taking up new leaders, for newer positions, for promotions, right? Then you can ask them to say promote, right? You will know about the SWOT. You will be telling about what you will be addressing the skill gaps, okay, and where productivity of the particular individual needs to be improved. All these things will happen in a 360-degree appraisal. So among the appraisal, another one also I just wanted to tell. Now each one is leaving. Are you going to leave? Is it so? I just asked. Santosh Devian left. So this is about the performance appraisal. Okay. Now let me share about promotion. Yeah. So what do you mean by promotion? Nehal, any idea what do you mean by promotion? Are you there?
Getting higher
Yes, ma'am.
post, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yeah, advancement in organization, it's an upward movement where you will be lifting up a person from one task to another. You will give them more pay, more responsibility, the status rises, right? All those things, right? It is actually related to the job and salary also. You have another part that is coming up, right? Salary and the promotions, right? On the other hand, transfer, the basic elements of promotion will transfer become a part of promotion. Say I'm in the same position but only my place gets shifted, my boss gets shifted. So is it
My place is shifted.
say
That's it.
my place is shifted, my boss is shifted, that's all. Is that a promotion? A transfer order is given. There is no other things mentioned. Will you call
Ma'am,
that promotion?
responsibilities கூடும்ல ma'am. இப்போ
Yes, ரெஸ்பான்ஸ்
promotion.
கூடுதல் ஆகும். ஆனா பைசா தர மாட்டேன். எதுவும் எக்ஸ்ட்ரா கிடையாது. டிரான்ஸ்ஃபர் மட்டும்தான். அங்க போய் இதே மாதிரி வேலை செய். அவ்வளவுதான். வேற எந்த இதுவும் கிடையாது. ஸ்டேட்டஸ் சிம்பிளோ, பிரஸ்டீஜோ, பெட்டர் இதுவோ, ப்ரிவிலேஜஸோ, பெனிஃபிட்ஸோ எதுவுமே கிடையாது. That is not promotion. A transfer is not a promotion. Okay. Promotion ஒன்னு கொடுத்தா salary hike இருக்கணும். Prestige, salary hike is an important component. அது முதல்ல தெரிஞ்சுக்கோங்க. டிரான்ஸ்ஃபர்னா இங்க ஒழுங்கா வேலை செய்யல, வேற இடத்துக்கு போய் வேலை செய்யுங்க. அண்ட் வேற யாராவது அந்த இடத்துல கொண்டு வரதுக்கு ஒரு நியூலி அப்பாயிண்டட் பர்சனை கொண்டு வரதுக்கு அங்க வந்து அவங்களுக்கு வேலை கத்து கொடுக்கறதுக்காக all these things will come into existence. Okay. So promotionன்றது is an important vital job grade இருக்கணும், right? Better opportunity இருக்கணும், prestige இருக்கணும்ன்றாங்க, status, monetary benefits இருக்கணும்ன்றாங்க. All these things should be there. Okay. All these things should be there. So a promotion is a transfer of an employee. They say that according to Scott, right? But accordingly, the things have changed. A promotion is a change of job, right? Change of grade actually, and a change of, you will be moving in higher ladders. You will be moving in better positions, right? You will be, the levels also changes. So you cannot tell that a transfer is a transfer with a higher thing with different roles and responsibilities. No, a transfer a promotion should have different roles and responsibilities, right? So why do you actually promote people? You promote people because you need to have job vacancies, you need to recruit people, you need to have a new blood in the workforce, you need to bring in competitive and talented people, you need to say create more job vacancies, you need to have a good brand, employer brand. Okay. Then employees side la pata, they need to be more motivated. You have to get the work done from them. You need to have people for training. You need to send people for development programs. Okay, new areas the company will be occupying. So to all those places they have to go. So that is why promotions come. Do companies have promotion policy? Yes, it depends according to the industries, right? And to the organizations. எப்படி ஒரு எப்படி ஒரு பெர்ஃபார்மன்ஸ் அப்ரைசல என்னோட ஆர்கனைசேஷனுக்கு ஏத்த மாதிரி I will be doing, I'll be designing. Or the same way, the promotion policies also depends upon totally with the organization and differs from sector to sector. When you take government organizations, when you are experienced, automatically you are pushed on to the different grades. Where automatically, as you experience, as the number of years goes, you are pushed on. Either you need to clear some departmental exams, or the number of years of experience will add, will help you to give promotions automatically. That's what it happens in state governments, which I have experienced. Okay. But in case of other things, real performance plays a vital role in case of, right? So that is there. So principles of promotion and the promotion policy should be writing, right? See to that it should be proportion to the number of vacancies that are there existing in the organization, and see to that prepare people who are on based on seniority. They say, right? Seniority only when people are able to perform, even though he's a senior. When people are able to perform, then promote. Make sure that they are able to perform, and then praise them and suggest them for promotions. Give the reasons also. So you can send people on seniority basis or on merit basis, or seniority comes merit basis. So that's what they say this, right? And each one has its own advantages and disadvantages. So that is also there. Demotion is said to be a part of punishment, right? You have another concept that is coming up, right, which is called as employee discipline, right? So here demotion is said to be lowering the grade. This happens in police, in government organizations, all these also it happens. In private sector also it happens, right? Because you might have incurred, the particular employee might have incurred losses to the organization. They might have not heeded to the words of the superiors. So they would be giving lot of chances. At the last only they will be this. This demotion is actually related to employee discipline. So employee discipline, I will start off now. I'm relating this to employee discipline. So what would be the causes of this would be demotion is disciplinary action, committed mistakes committed, right? And people are not able to adjust towards the practice or accommodate himself or herself to the changes that are happening in the organization. So all these shows that the demotion is said to be a part. You're able to see employee discipline that I'm sharing.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So employee discipline is ரொம்ப important, right? If you don't have discipline, what would happen, right? You are expected to behave in a better way in case of public organizations. So if you are not up to the mark, then they will give you warnings. They'll give you they will call to the cabin and they will talk to you privately. But later, once it is not, then they will punish you people. So it is your employee discipline will. This is the equation that according to the corporates they define. That too in private sector and public sector. Expected behavior plus accepted behavior. Expected behavior and accepted behavior will always be viewed in organizational culture and in the handbook of the organization. So they will clearly tell how you are supposed to, what would be the rules and regulations. Okay. So you have to follow employee discipline. See to that whatever it is they are told, express terms. What is express terms? Which has been told verbally, right? In writing during the time of contract of employment. All these will come. So examples of these express terms will be circulars, collective agreements, standing orders, and even the rules that are there that has been defined under the Companies Act of 1956 also, right? Implied terms. It is already written in papers, right? You need to carry out the roles and responsibilities, and these will be related to the jobs actually, right? You need to respect the boss. You need to protect the goodwill of the organization. You have to behave in a proper way, right? You should not create any sort of losses or hamper the name of the organization. So all those it comes in, right? So if you are able to, if you do not have self-discipline, then that is one form of behavior. Okay, that is expected. If you don't do it, then others have to give you a advice and counseling. Okay, to make you to come to the position, right? These kinds of things can be prevented. If you are shrewd enough, it can be prevented. சொன்ன பேச்சு கேட்கணும்னு சொல்லுவாங்க இல்லையா? சொல் புத்தியும் வேணும், செயல் புத்தியும் வேணும். ஒன்னா சொல் புத்தி இருக்கணும், இல்லாட்டி செயல் புத்தி இருக்கணும். Right? If you don't have that, then what would happen? It would be violation of discipline and code of conduct, and you are not within the ethical and the lawful behavior of the organization. So there is constructive discipline illa. So automatically you will be punished. Okay. So it is
Ma'am,
important. It is
ma'am, one
important.
doubt, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
மேம் இப்போ சப்போஸ் அவங்கிட்ட நல்ல ஒரு எம்ப்ளாயி கிட்ட நல்ல டேலண்ட் இருக்கா, டிசிப்ளின் இல்ல அப்படின்னா ப்ரொமோஷன்ஸ் இல்லைன்னா
இருக்காது
அவனை
இருக்காது இந்த
வச்சுக்குவாங்களா மேம்?
மாதிரி ட்ரை பண்ணி பார்ப்பாங்க. ரெக்கார்ட்ஸ்ல எழுதுவாங்கல்ல,
ஓகே ஓகே.
ரெக்கார்ட்ஸ்ல எல்லாம் நாங்க வந்து பார்த்திருக்கோம். கவர்மெண்ட் ஆர்கனைசேஷன், மை பேரண்ட்ஸ் ஆர் ஃப்ரம் கவர்மெண்ட். அவங்க வந்து ஒரு புக் வச்சிருப்பாங்க. That would be written everything. They are right from beginning of appointment till their retirement. What is the code and what are even என்ன பனிஷ்மெண்ட் கொடுத்துருக்காங்க அது கூட அந்த ரெக்கார்ட் புக்ஸ்ல எழுதுவாங்க. ஸோ அந்த டைம்ல என்ன ஆகும், என்ன பண்ணுவாங்கன்னா அதர்ல ஒரு பிளாக் மார்க் இருக்கு அப்படின்னா சம்பளத்துல வந்து இன்கிரிமெண்ட்ல 100 ரூபாய் இல்லாட்டி 200 ரூபாய் குறைச்சிடுவாங்க. That would happen. ஸோ இது வந்து கவர்மெண்ட் ஆர்கனைசேஷன்ல பெட்டி அமௌண்ட் இதுவா இருக்கு. ஸோ தட் ரைட். இப்ப நீங்க ரிட்டையர்மெண்ட் முடிச்சு போனாலும் நீங்க நீங்க ஏதாவது அந்த தப்பை யாராவது பண்ணியிருந்தாங்க அப்படின்னா அது ப்ரீவியஸ் ரெட்ராஸ்பெக்டிவ் இதை எடுத்து அந்த பனிஷ்மெண்ட்டை உங்களுக்கு வந்து சப்போஸ் யூ ஆர் the person is getting any sort of benefit like pension னா அந்த pensionல they will reduce the amount.
ஓகே
So நார்மலாவே அது ஒரு பிளாக் மார்க் இருந்ததுன்னா பெர்ஃபார்மன்ஸ் அப்ரைசல நோட் பண்ணிடுவாங்க. அது என்ன பண்றதுன்றது they will decide. அதுக்கப்புறம் திருப்பி கிரேடிங் பண்ணுவாங்க நார்மலா. இன்னாட்டி வெளியே அனுப்புறதுக்கான சான்சஸ் நிறைய இருக்கு. என்ன பண்ணா வெளியே போவீங்க நீங்க? உங்களை ஈகோ ரைட், உங்களை வந்து உங்களை இல்ல இந்த பர்சனை வந்து ஒழுங்கா நடத்தல ரைட், டயத்துக்கு கொடுக்க வேண்டியது இது பண்ணல, அவாய்டிங், இந்த மாதிரி எல்லாம் பண்ணாலே அவங்களாவே வாலண்டரியா தே வில் ரியலைஸ் அண்ட் தே வில் கோ ஆஃப். ஸோ மேக்சிமம் அந்த மாதிரி பண்ணுவாங்க. அந்த எம்ப்ளாயியை வெளியேற்றுறதுக்கு ட்ரபிள் சம்மன் தெரிஞ்சது அப்படின்னா அந்த எம்ப்ளாயியை ஆர்கனைசேஷன்ல இருந்து வெளியேற்றுறதுக்கு தே வில் டூ டு த மேக்சிமம். ஓகே
ஓகே மேம்.
யா. So this is about, so model என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க அப்படின்னா for constructive discipline there is a model called as a sandwich model, right? They will prepare, complement, coach, encourage, follow up. So இந்த மாதிரி கவுன்சிலிங் பண்ணி அவங்க நிஜமாலுமே அனியன் படம் பார்த்திருப்பீங்கல்ல, என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க சொல்லுங்க பார்க்கலாம். நிஜமாலுமே அவர் வந்து திருந்திட்டாரா? நோ. அந்த மல்டிபிள் டிசார்டர்ன்றது போயிடுச்சா? இல்ல. He is always தப்பு பண்ணா I will question. Wherever I am, I will question. So that is what. So sometimes சில பேருக்கு குணங்கள்ன்றது மாறாது. So always they will have a follow up or don't have such kinds of employees. So இருந்து punishment பண்ணி demotion பண்ணி these kinds of things எடுத்து black mark கொடுத்து இது பண்றதுக்கு they will call and advise for voluntary what is it? Voluntary resignation. That would be better. அப்படின்றுவாங்க. Because each and every scale they will think and they will take it up. Okay, am I clear?
Yes ma'am.
Yeah. So this is about the models actually. These are all very things. That's what I said. Progressive discipline, counseling, warning, demotion, finally termination. So இப்படிதான் you have 4 stages. இந்த 4வதுக்கு எக்ஸ்ட்ரீமா இல்லாம பாத்துக்கணும். அது எம்ப்ளாயியோட கடமை. ஆர் நெகட்டிவ் அப்ரோச், டைரக்டாவே வந்து இது சூடு போடுற மாதிரி காமிக்கிறாங்க. இட் இஸ் நாட் தட் வே. நெகட்டிவ் அப்ரோச் கொடுத்துட்டாலே they will understand that the particular employee should understand that he or she is not treated in a proper way. So சில பேர் போயிடுவாங்க, வெளியே போயிடுவாங்க, அதுவும் இருக்கு. So that is also there. வேற வேலைக்கு தேடுவாங்க, அந்த மாதிரி இருக்கு. Just a minute. So this is about promotions and demotions. Actually, salary இது வந்து I prepared. Yeah, salary fixation, right? This is an important concept actually in case of performance appraisal. என்ன அப்படின்னா, who is responsible for what kind of salary fixation, right? So salary fixation, we have already, what are the basic factors, right? ரெண்டு வகைப்படும்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. Normally, it would be direct component and next one is called as that is called as a direct financial payments. Okay. And next one is called as the indirect financial payments. So direct financial payments la enna varum appadina, accordingly employees na salaries, incentives, commission, bonus. Indirect financial payments appadina travel, leave concession, insurance, employer based insurance da, employee based insurance kadiyadu. So make a note of it. Okay. And time based, இந்த இது வந்து 1930s 1950s and 1960s la FW Taylor was responsible. அதாவது அவர்லி பேசிஸ், டைம்லி பேசிஸ்க்கெல்லாம் சேலரி கொடுக்கணும். அண்ட் he is said to be called as the father of the scientific management. ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி சேலரி பேசஸ் எல்லாம் கொடுக்கணும் அப்படின்னு நினைச்சாங்க அப்படின்னா ஈவன் அதுவும் இருக்கு, ரைட்? ஸோ இட் டிபெண்ட்ஸ் அப்பான் ப்ளூ காலர் பீப்புளுக்கு. ப்ளூ காலர் எம்ப்ளாயீஸ்னா people who are working in industry, they are called as employers and they are not workers, right? So clerical workers, இவங்க எல்லாம் will be paid salary by week, month, year. இவங்கெல்லாம், right? People working in industry. So in the direct compensation என்னென்ன வரும் அப்படின்னா, this has been taken from a PhD part, which was latest one. Dearness allowance, leave travel allowance, city compensation allowance, right? And metropolitan cities na in Delhi na the percentage is different. Bombay na it is different. Kolkata na it is different. Chennai is the least. Chennai na it is not very costly. So on the standard of cost ஏத்த மாதிரி தான் you will be provided with lot of things, right? They'll provide you incentives according to your performance, bonus, special allowance, right? You're working special allowance like meals, the mobile allowances, if you work overtime, travel expenses, they'll give you loans at a reduced rate because you're belonging and you are an employee of that particular organization. Club membership, cosmopolitan club membership, golf membership, அது வந்து டாப் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட்டுக்கா இருந்தா கால்ஃப் மெம்பர்ஷிப் கொடுப்பாங்க. ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி ஆல் தீஸ் ஆர் ரியலி ப்ரெஸ்டீஜியஸ் ஓரியன்டட். சரியா? ஸோ இன்டைரக்ட் காம்பன்சேஷன் இது எல்லாம் எம்ப்ளாயீஸ்க்கு வரும். இன்டைரக்ட் காம்பன்சேஷன்ல என்னென்ன வரும் அப்படின்னா, லீவ் பாலிசி, ரைட்? எவ்வளோ நம்பர் ஆஃப் லீவ் அடிக்வெட்டா எடுக்கலாம், எவ்வளோ மெடிக்கல் லீவ் இருக்கு, எவ்வளோ ஏர்ன் லீவ் இருக்கு, லேடிஸா இருந்தா மெட்டர்னிட்டி லீவ், அதே மாதிரி ஜென்ஸா இருந்தா பேட்டர்னிட்டி லீவ், ரைட்? ஸோ ஆல் தோஸ் திங்ஸ் தே வில் கெட். அதுக்கப்புறம் பே இஸ் கிவன் ஆஸ் பர் ரூல்ஸ் அண்ட் ரெகுலேஷன்ஸ். ஓவர் டைம் பாலிசிக்கு அது வந்து தனி. மெடிக்கல் பெனிஃபிட்ஸ், இன்சூரன்ஸ் தான் எம்ப்ளாயர் இன்சூரன்ஸ் என்ன, இன்கேஸ் பைக் எல்லாம் ஓட்டுறதா இருந்தா, ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் பீஸா டெலிவர் பண்றவங்க என்னாட்டி அந்த மாதிரி இது பண்ணாங்க அப்படின்னா, they'll be given insurance for bikes. They'll be given more insurance facilities called as accidental insurance. இதெல்லாம் it is said to be available. Okay. So retirement benefits, இது வந்து people who are at the age top most, அதாவது career பாத்தீங்கன்னா everything they are playing a role of coach or mentor இருந்தா retirement benefit plans அவங்களுக்கெல்லாம் applicable இருக்கும். Holiday homes, பண்ணையில எல்லாம் நீங்க போய் you can spend your private எதால holiday homes like you have Mahindra resorts எல்லாம் இருக்கு இல்லையா? So அந்த மாதிரி they will give tickets, the organization itself will provide flexible work timings. இப்ப கொடுக்குறாங்க பாருங்க, IT was the first industry to provide this. So அந்த மாதிரி எல்லாம் they will be getting in direct and indirect allowances respectively. So compensation scenario எப்படி இருக்கு இந்தியால அப்படின்னு பார்த்தா, it will be defined. Fair compensation இருக்கு அப்படின்றாங்க. And இந்த fair compensation கான்செப்ட் இன்ட்ரடியூஸ் பண்ணவங்க இன்டர்நேஷனல் லேபர் ஆர்கனைசேஷன். ஸோ அவங்க என்ன பண்றாங்க, கவர்மெண்ட் எம்ப்ளாயி, அதுக்கப்புறம் இந்தியால பார்த்தா கவர்மெண்ட் எம்ப்ளாயீஸ்க்கு சேலரிஸ் பிக்ஸ் பண்றது வந்து கவர்மெண்ட் தான். அதுவும் பே கமிஷன், 6th பே கமிஷன், 7th பே கமிஷன் அப்படின்னு ஒரு கமிட்டி போட்டிருப்பாங்க. Those people will be recommending to them. Companies na you have organized sector and you have unorganized sector. So organized sector kala Companies Act of 1956 you will be doing. In case of for better thing, more private companies என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க அப்படின்னா, they will do job evaluation first. அதுக்கப்புறம் தான் they will be talking about what is it, remuneration and its thing. Okay. சில பேருக்கு வந்து என்ன கொடுப்பாங்கன்னா, இந்த ஃபார்ம் ஆஃப் இசாப்ஸ். இசாப்ஸ்னா ஸ்வெட் ஷேர்ஸ் கொடுப்பாங்க, ஷேர்ஸ் கொடுப்பாங்க. ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் நீங்க இப்ப பாத்தீங்கன்னா, சே ஒரு இன் கேஸ் ஆஃப் 2004 2005 இந்த கான்செப்ட் எஸ்பெஷலி வாஸ் இன்ட்ரடியூஸ் பை ஐடி இண்டஸ்ட்ரி. பணமா கொடுக்கறத விட ஷேர்ஸா கொடுத்தா இன்னும் ஜாஸ்தி வேல்யூ, மணிக்கு வேல்யூ இருக்கும். They thought that way. So what did they do? They gave shares. As the company shares, companies like Wipro, companies like Infosys, right? Tata, all these people shares கொடுத்தாங்க. So இதெல்ல ஸ்டாக் மார்க்கெட்ல when share ஓட வேல்யூ ஜாஸ்தி ஆக ரீச் ஹையஸ்ட் இது பண்ணும்போது the employees are given power to sell the shares, right? So அந்த தான் வாங்கின இன்கிரிமெண்ட்டை விட பல மடங்கு ஜாஸ்தியா இருக்கும். So what happened? Lot of people were millionaires that time. அதனால வேலையை விட்டுட்டே போயிடுறாங்க. So என்ன ஆகுது, எம்ப்ளாய் திருப்பி ரெக்ரூட்மெண்ட், திருப்பி செலெக்ஷன், திருப்பி ப்ராசஸ் இட் கம்ஸ். So பார்த்தாங்க இன்ஃபோசிஸ், they say that they associated, okay, இது வந்து நிறைய வருஷம் என் கம்பெனில இருக்கியா, then only you are applicable for ESOPs, equity shares, sweat shares, you are eligible. So that was a condition that was brought by this particular company and other IT companies, right? So they linked stock market value with that of the shares, and increment was given in that particular form. So these are the இப்ப பாத்தீங்கன்னா yesterday's news in Economic Times pragaram, there's a company called Udan. Okay, Udan have started to buy the shares from the employees at the price that is existing in the stock markets. So the company shares are in a very good price, right? And they are getting increments more than that of the amount. So that is also welcomed, right? And the company is buying back the shares from them, right? So these are the some of the ways in which how the wages are said to be. Now, when you talk about the basic wages, right, are how you talk about the highest wages, increments only we are talking about. What about the minimum wages for the workers? We are talking about employees. What about the wages for the workers or people in India? So you have the central government popping up here with the Minimum Wage Act of 1948. அந்த பில்ல பாஸ் பண்ணி பார்லமெண்ட்ல இதுதான் மினிமம் ஏஜ் ஒரு வருஷமா அமெண்ட்மெண்ட் நடக்கும். சோ அது பிரகாரம் there will be central and state government representatives responsible for this. If they are not agreeing to this, there will be committees, there will be inquiries, and accordingly it will be done. So காலத்துக்கு ஏத்த மாதிரி ஒரு மினிமம் வேஜஸும் they have started to amend. சரி, இதெல்லாம் ஆர்கனைஸ்டு செக்டாருக்கு கவர்மெண்ட்ல வர்றாங்க, ரைட்? வாட் அபவுட் தி அன்ஆர்கனைஸ்டு செக்டார்? சோ அன்ஆர்கனைஸ்டு செக்டார் கேள்வி கேட்பாரே இல்லாம it was there. So the organizations they started to give on their own. Sometimes they don't give increments and all. So what did they do? In order to avoid this, there is had to be an act called as Unorganized Workers Social Security Act of 2008. So adu prakaram பார்த்தா, right, they have to give every time இதுக்கும் amendment bill pass பண்ணி they are supposed to bring even the unorganized sector to the organized sector, and they have given relief to the disabled people, right? Physically handicapped people, physically challenged people, maternity benefits for employee workers, all these things. So இதெல்லாம் நிஜமாலுமே it is an eye opener among the bills, right? Am I clear with what I said? Yes or no?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Yes. So with this, your fourth unit is over. Okay. So let me take the attendance. Mohammed Samir, Santosh Divyan. This is for extra class. Okay.
Okay,
Third one will be in Zaman. You can try to compensate actually. Jaykantan, Nihal, then Harish, Santosh. Is there anybody else? Name have I left out?
no, ma'am.
No. Chair. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.